Hello, hello, YouTube. What's happening? It's Friday afternoon or evening. I mean, I'm on Pacific daylight time. So for me, it's late afternoon, almost evening. If you're on the East Coast, it's definitely evening. I hope you're enjoying your Friday evening. I've had, as always, a busy day, but not too stressful, and I'll take it. My name is Lucinda. I am in Northern California. That is where I ship from, so you can keep that in mind as you're thinking about bidding. Um, Fridays is my slower, fun day. I generally don't do previews for Friday, although I'm thinking about starting to do haul videos once a week for what's upcoming during the week. So we'll see. I have several things on the burners, including collaborations regularly with my other reseller friends of mine. I'm just super busy right now with, you know, inheritance stuff, which is squabbling and fighting. Just you don't want to know about it. And remodels. Yeah. And then the weather here is looking like we're starting to go into fall. I know it's the beginning of September, but usually September, October here in Northern California is still very hot. And the last 2 days, it's been chances of rain, and some areas of California have been getting huge thunderstorms. So that's kind of throwing me for a loop. I wasn't ready for that at all. And a lot of allergies. So, hold on, I'm sorry. I don't always remember to take my Claritin because I don't really like to, and then yeah. But I guess I need to be taking it. So I'm Lucinda. Fridays is all jewelry. I have a slew of incredible necklaces. Some on the lower end, a lot vintage, and on the higher end, some just outstanding. Brooches, bracelets, earrings. Yeah, I got it. So, if you purchase anything and I don't know you and you're the winning bid, right? Starting now or a buy it now. I mostly do starting bids on Friday. Only jewelry. Thursdays is household and jewelry. Then there's my email. I need your info by 9 o'clock my time tonight. Your YouTube name, your real name and address with a zip code, please, for shipping. And on a separate line, your PayPal email address, because I bill through PayPal and I ship using Pirate Ship. And yeah, that's about what I have to say. I also have several rings, one of which is like, ooh, it's a spider with, it's incredible. Okay, and Halloween is coming with all this, right? It's September. I don't know how this is happening. If you have any questions, please ask in the chat. If you are looking for a particular item, like last week, someone said, I love cloisonne. You do have any cloisonne items? Well, I pulled 2 household cloisonne items to sell. That person wasn't here. Maybe they'll see it on the replay. And I have found some stock of bracelets that I will be bringing next week. Yeah. So If there's something you're looking for, put it in the comments. Ask me to look for it. Ask me if I already have it. I'm here for you. I love vintage. I have been selling vintage since eBay first started. About 6 months after they started, it was either 2000, 2001. I've been selling at flea markets and in my partner husband's store, going to thrift stores and thrifting. Good Lord, 40 years? Yeah. So vintage is my passion. It is my first love. It is my joy. And Fridays is my day to hang out with all of you and have a good time and kind of chill out and relax and not stress too hard. And so that's what we do. So get a beverage, get your dessert, get your dinner, whatever you do, and hang out with me. I am adjusting my ring light mode. That seems good. And yeah, I think I pretty much covered it. I don't know. I know Fridays are really hard day because I'm up against a bunch of my friends who are resellers. Friday evening is so popular. So anyone who comes here and stays here, thank you. I mostly have, except for my regulars, people dipping in and out constantly, and they judge one item and they're somewhere else. Give me a chance. Give me a chance. If you like vintage costume jewelry and semi-precious stone contemporary stuff, I have it. So give me a chance. Give me a thumbs up. You can subscribe if you want, at the very least, and never come back. That would be okay too. I appreciate any and all. And Noel, hi you. I missed you. Hello. And yeah, I kind of go until I get tired. And then, if I get tired and, or I'm not getting a lot of engagement in the chat, or, I haven't really sold anything, after about an hour and a half, I start winding down. If I'm having a lot of interaction and people are enjoying what I'm bringing, I go for about 3 hours. So we'll see what happens. So I'm going to start out with a banger of an item. I don't even know if I remember exactly what the stone is, but I believe that I do. So starting bid, Noel, I hope you're doing well. Good Lord. I have some items that I'm pretty sure you will like. So this is so... I don't know if I showed this once already or if I haven't shown it at all. It's in its own way as outstanding as... Oh, so for anyone who didn't watch, I had 2 people interested, but neither of whom have confirmed. But if you watched at the end yesterday, the watermelon glass ring that I brought that I could not for the life of me read, I put it in the comments, but I'll tell you because a lot of people don't read the comments. I couldn't read it because it's Whiting and Davis. It's the Rivoli line, and there is no other rings out there anywhere. I had it in the Thursday sale starting at 28. It is 45 now. It is extremely rare. It's a really small size. So if anyone's interested in it, I'll show it real quick. You can put in a backup bid if the other 2 people don't claim it. This thing, Whiting and Davis, this was made between 1948 or possibly right before the war, through to only 1960. And I'm betting this is one of their much earlier pieces. It is a 5.25. It is gold tone. The only thing you can find online that is like this, and this was the original watermelon glass. The only thing you can find online about this, you can find cufflinks and clip-on earrings, but not this ring. It is rare, rare, rare. So if you want to be backup bidder, it starts at 45. And it I'll just put it on my finger because I'm in love with this thing. It is tiny, but it's incredible. It's fully marked inside. And the watermelon colors coming to a point are like nothing you've ever seen. And I'll tell you what, if someone doesn't purchase this in the next week, I am going to do one of two things. Take it to a jeweler and have them expand on both sides so it fits this finger, leaving the Whiting and Davis inside intact, or put it online at a starting price of $100. Yeah, so if you want to be a backup bidder, send me an email. Kathy Wiseman, hello, hello. Noelle, this is the end of week 2, sweetheart. This is the end of week 2. You missed the whole week somehow, but this, we do good. 829 was, 828 was week 1. So this is the end of week 2. So you could always watch some replay stuff if you wind up purchasing anything and get back to me. Okay, I'm going to take off a ring. I'm pretty sure it will fit and show you. Nope, I'll leave it right here. But this is too big. It interferes. This is beautiful. Hello, hello. Here I am, Kathy. Here I am. This is, I believe what this is called is a blister pearl. So it is a spider. It is 925. This is a purple blue. I think it's called a blister pearl. It may just be a pearl. It is not dyed. And then his head is a moonstone. Look at that. My God. Isn't this incredible, Kathy? Look at the back. You can see they left the pearl open to the light, and it's even still a little rounded. Talk about, and there's the 925. There is not a maker, just 925. Oh my God. I love this. This is another one that, I don't want to wear it on my pinky, but wow, if I sized it and could get it over here, woo. Okay, so let's tell you what size the ring is. Kathy, are you still tearing apart your papers? And so, oh my goodness, what happened there? I'm telling you, I'm having a lot of allergies. So there's the US size. But remember, anyone who's been around for a while, I always flip it over to just the band because otherwise it's very deceiving. So it looks like it's about an 8. Let's turn it over with just the band. Oh. So with the band, 8.5. So 8.5. It is, again, this is an item that if it doesn't sell, I have a possibility of a very small upscale establishment in my valley who I could happily sell this to for $50, and they would be asking probably $125 for it. Or I could put it on eBay. Okay, so Noel. So if today ends week 2, invoicing is good for you, Kevin. So invoicing, because I have remodeling and driving, an hour and a half to pick items up, and someone coming to do the bathroom, and I need to organize. I have piles of jewelry that need to go back in the right boxes. Invoicing will be probably Monday, Tuesday. So shipping out would be Friday, if that helps. So yeah, this beautiful sterling silver spider with a moonstone and a blue, gray, pink. Huge pearl. Starts at $48. And like I said, no one buys it. It'll be going elsewhere. But thank you for looking. Yes. So Noelle, does that make sense? I generally don't bill out right away that weekend. And right now I have a lot going on. So I'll be billing out like Monday, Tuesday. Generally people all pay by Thursday. Generally people pay by within 48 hours. And then I ship out by that Friday or Monday. So there's usually that kind of like 3rd week lag, and then everything gets paid and shipped out. Is that helpful? I hope so. Okay, so unless someone changes their mind, I'm not showing this again. I'm going to put it aside over here with stuff I'm taking photos of. And then if they don't pop, I will be listing it on eBay. Okay, again, thank you for looking. Starting bid. Let's do some little fantastic earrings. Did I do that right? I can't believe. I don't know what's up with my cursors. Don't lose it, the ring. Kathy, are you telling me not to lose the ring? No, it's in a pile with stuff. I'm not going to lose it. I really wish, again, that it was this big. My fingers, I've always had short hands, right? But ever since I had a kid, and then as I age, they're short, but they're chunky. This used to be a size 7. My ring finger wedding, this used to be 7.5. It is now like a 9. Yeah. So to get over here, I think it would need to be a 10. But if that spider ring was a 10, it wouldn't go anywhere. So this is a starting bid of 22. They are not gold, but they are beautiful. I think they're kind of upside down. So I will take them off of this holder in a minute. Oh, okay, Noelle. I mean, the other option, Noelle, is you could purchase today and add it to your box that has not gone out. I mean, it's up to you. Because somehow you got off cycle for a week with Labor Day. Everyone did. So you could purchase this week and I can add it to your box and, however you want to do it. Anyway, because I have stuff that you would like today and someone else might pick it up. It's up to you. I'm sorry. You know what, Noelle? That sounds like I'm pressuring you into staying or buying, and that's not right. I don't mean that. I don't mean that. Okay. So these are damascene gold tone post back earrings. They are vintage. And by that, I really don't know if I'm going to go with the 80s. I don't think they're like 60s, but I could be completely off. This is not like my specialty. There you go. So it has, even though there's no markings of gold, it is vermeiled look, right? All the different colors like rose gold, plain gold, silver, and it's a little bird. Post earrings. They're teeny tiny and they are adorable. Really well made. Let's let sit there for a minute and focus. There you go. I think it's like a peace stove. That's what it reminds me of. That little bit of work on the edge. Just beautiful. Wow. Okay, Noelle, I will. So that post is a little bent, which says, they've been around for a while, but there's no markings on the back. I'm quite sure they're from Italy, and they start at 22. And they're just tiny little post with a big punch. Okay, Noelle, so it's Friday. You paid yesterday. So, Noelle, your box will go out Monday. Okay? Kathy, your ring finger is 6. Wow. You're a teeny tiny. I was teeny tiny till I had a child. Hi, Painted Pony. How are you? How's it going? Thank you for popping in. I am, once again, wanting to change the color on my ring light. I don't like the way it was highlighting that. Okay. Thank you for looking at those. This is going to be, I've shown these a couple times. I think this is the last time. And then again, I'm going to check out I think I've dropped the price quite a bit. I'm going to see if the little local place wants them, or they're going to go on eBay, one or the other. So this is actually the way I have it set up is kind of cool. Starting bid of 20. These are artisan made on gold tone wire. I have no idea if it's actually gold. I do have the tester stone, but I haven't got there experimenting with it yet. It very much looks gold wire to me, but I can't say that it is or isn't, but I don't care. This is red coral polished beads and mother of pearl in like a chandelier drop. They are 2.5 inches long and they have so much shine and they're just so pretty. And I like the way I accidentally set it up where you can see that's a very long ear wire, both the back and the front at the same time. Hola, Maritza. But Kathy, a 6 is nothing and your others are 8. Good Lord. So this is the lowest price I've ever bought these. And I love the play and the movement in these. Let me show you by my ear how long it would be. And it's just, they're just wire wrapped. See that? They just did like a little flip over, wrapped it, and then dropped it down. And then the bottom is not a bead, but just a flat. And I do think it's gold wire, and there you go. Look how nice that is. Not a shoulder duster, but close, which I like. And all that movement. Yeah. Starting at 20. And it is coral and mother of pearl. Very nicely done. Okay. Thank you for looking. I appreciate it. I do have more vintage costume jewelry earrings. But I mean, I don't go in like all earrings all at once. All this, I move around a lot to keep it interesting for you and for me. This is going to be a buy it now of $15. This is, if I recall correctly, this is a larger size. But what do I mean by that? I don't really remember. It is a really cool, I'm got on a ring thing. A really cool vintage plastic silver tone carved black rose ring. So you would just put in rose ring, rose, black rose. It's really, do you remember these in the 70s? Because I sure the heck do. It's got so much height. It's very dramatic. Look at that. You know what I would love? I would love if this opened up as a poison ring. And you can see here where the brass, yeah, I think that's probably brass coming through because this was well loved. There's the back, or excuse me, it is the back, but it's the inside. It's very comfortable on your finger. Very comfortable. And so it fits here on me. So we're going to go with, it's probably an 8.5. But I will tell you the size. And we'll do it band size backwards. Oh, no, it fits there. See? So the spider ring had a little bit of give. This was tight. This is a 7.5. A 7.5. So someone with smaller fingers like Kathy could potentially put it on this finger here. Yep. Which is where I would want to wear it. I love this. It's not Bakelite, but it is vintage. Okay. Thank you for looking. And I don't do recaps. So, you know, if you come in late or if you're thinking about it and you wind up changing your mind, drop it in the chat and I will bring it back. Maritza, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Let me put this ring back on. Let's do a vintage. I just found this today in all my old, I took some jewelry classes with my daughter when she was young. And I have loads of jewelry making supplies and beads, all like really old vintage stuff. I didn't even know this thing was in my box. And I found it when I was trying to clean up. And I was like, wow, what is this doing in here? I need to bring this to a sale. So I did. I hope you appreciate it. I like it. It is, now I have several things loaded up on this helper. Several things. So, and I don't know what, you know what, I need to give this helper a different name. Let me take the other two necklaces off. Because Marlena starts with an M, but every time I try to remember the old name, vintage name that I gave this one, I know it's an MA and then I forget the rest of it. It's ridiculous. So this starts at 30. This is old liquid silver beads. I'll show you a close-up in a minute. Liquid silver. old pieces of not dyed orange branch coral. Almost, these are shell beads, not he sheep because they're not rounded. And then this gorgeous abalone that is different color depending on which side you flip it to. So let me take it off of this and show you the rest of it. Show you it up close. Has a barrel clasp. You can see the liquid silver. I polished it because it's been sitting in a box for like 30 years. Seriously. The patina, you just need to wipe it with a cloth. I wiped it quite a bit, and a lot of the silver is now shining through. So liquid silver is just these tiny silver beads. They were very common in the 70s, so I'm dating this to the 70s. The barrel clasp works just fine. And then, if I could get this to behave, here is the lovely, very old orange branch coral pieces. And see how it's not dyed? It's the original colors, which I like a lot. And then at the bottom here, it's either that super shiny color wave with the two plain white rounded shell beads. So it's, you either got that, or you flip it and it's the orange and white with this little tiny imperfection that matches the coral. I think it's lovely. It's really sweet and it's just perfect. And if you were to put it on and close the barrel, it comes just to here. So that is, let's see if I close it all the way. It's about 15 inches. 15 inches long, because 14 comes up more like right here. So this is 15 inches long. And it just needs a little bit of polish on the silver beads. Liquid silver. Boom. And this is just a natural little, see that? It's just a part of the abalone shell itself, which is really cool. There you go. That's what it is. Okay. Well, I'm glad I took it out of the box. I will polish it a little bit more. And again, this is something, I'm going to put it in a bag and put it aside. This is something that I think I'll take pictures of for the place up here. I'll put it in an orange bag. And, depending on what they do or do not take will depend on what goes on eBay later. Okay. Well, we're on necklaces, so let's stay on necklaces. I appreciate everyone that's here and looking. I do. Ooh, let's do this. I just unboxed this today. And this is beautiful. And I think it's, I just had a little bug on me. So it must be getting near fall. That's unusual. During the summer, only like mosquitoes, but I don't really have mosquitoes here. I'm not, my water is way down the hill from me at my homestead house. So this is gorgeous. I have not ever seen this combination. Let me put it on, Marlena. I have never seen this particular combination. So this is black glass. It is not AB. It is cut in multi faceted. It is hand knotted between each piece of black glass. And then it's got this incredible rhinestone stuff going on there. And it is flapper long. It is flapper long. The only thing that I could find that was similar to this in a kind of similar vein, these were going anywhere from $80 to $100. And I do believe this is a much older piece. I do believe this could be, close to turn of the century. That is, with my experience out there, that is what I believe. All the years of buying and selling. So these little tiny beads in here are glass black rhinestones, gold rhinestones, and in between some of the little tiny black pieces are orange little rhinestones. There you go. Those are orange. I've never seen this type of bead as spacers with the jet black glass. Now, I can't say this is really jet. Jet is, like the shell jet from England, but it's Victorian black glass as far as I can tell, especially with all the hand knotting and the length. See the orange in there? Perfect for Halloween. Never seen that. And see, look at how heavy duty the silk or cotton, it's one or the other, knots are in between this. And again, it is not, I'll tell you the length, I'll put it on. It is not AB coated. It's just so reflective from the cut glass. Yeah, it's really unusual. I've never seen anything like it. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 of these unique spacers. And how long this is, I mean, let's just go with like about 60 inches. It's way down below. It's way down below everything. So yeah, it goes all the way to where my legs start in the middle. Okay, that's how long it is. So I'm just gonna say 60 inches. It is long, long, long. You can double it like this. I love this thing. The black glass is incredible. You could do it like that. And I don't know the maker. I tried to find, I just even took images of just these spacer beads, hoping that would give me a clue. It doesn't. Czechoslovakian? I really, really don't know. I do know that I could not find this exact thing. Obviously, these are out there. And like I said, if you know your black glass, you know how much this is worth. It's worth at least double what I'm starting it at. And it's just so unique, so well done, and in perfect condition. So there you go. Woo! It's long. I mean, I could measure it, but it's pretty obvious that it's flapper. So, at the very least 1920, which is 100 years old. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, this is going right into a bag. Thank you for looking. It is, yeah. If anyone knows, like if you're in the chat and you've seen this type of spacers with the Victorian black glass before and you know who the maker is, please tell me, because part of all of this is learning. I'm always learning. So, and this is another item I'm going to take a photo of because Halloween is coming and that resort may be interested. So Yeah. Okay. One more necklace and then I'll move to some other items. And this is going to be a buy it now for $33. This is an interesting piece. I believe I'm looking to see if it's marked. I've had it for a while and I haven't shown it in a long time. So I'm looking real quick. Yeah, I don't see anything about gold filled or gold, and it wouldn't really matter because, there's not that much. So here's what's going on here. This is glass. You've got, are these glass? Yeah, it's all glass. So you've got your multifaceted, faceted. There, none of them are AB. You've got down here as well. I will take it off and show you. Look at that. And then you've got the like hexagonal gold tone spacers, and then this green glass. It's green glass. It's not, I don't think it's a stone. I believe it's, see that? It's a lot of it is almost translucent with different color combinations. A little bit of kind of black spotting, if you will. And like this one. See that? See the difference in the color? I am unclear if these, it's not a dyed stone. It's not a dyed stone because it feels like glass. If it was a dyed stone like a howlite or something, it would be showing up very different, the dye. So I think it's dyed glass. I don't think it's a blown glass. I think it's dyed glass. So see how the black here matches the black. And again, this is not AB coated. It is just that it's that shiny. Just trying to give you a good look at all the different green going on. And then you've got this very different kind of swirl cut. Yeah. And this is the back where the clasp is. It's very pretty. It's very pretty. Graduated in size beads. Buy it now, $33. Just drop black and green necklace in. It's perfect for the upcoming fall. And it drops to here, which makes it about 22 inches. It's really nice. I've had it for a while. I think I've only shown it once. So $33. Clearly, someone took some vintage beads, and I don't know anything about the green glass, and made this individually. Okay. There you go. $33. It's a good one. And it's a good price. Okay. Thank you for looking. Whoop. This one may come back around at some point. Don't know when. Don't do recaps. And my prices change. They go up and down. And like the watermelon ring that I showed yesterday, Whiting and Davis, late 40s. There is no other ones out there. Extraordinarily rare, but very small size. Starting bid of $45. If the two other people who inquired, you can put in a backup bid. And there was a reason I was saying that. Why was I saying that? It had to do with the necklace, and then I picked this up. There was a reason I was saying that. Oh, I know, because I brought this ring at all different prices. And I literally had this for about 8 or 9 months, but in between that time, my father passed and it got thrown in a box, and I didn't even remember I had it until I was going through stuff yesterday. Yeah. It's a size 5.25. So if you're interested, put in a backup bid of higher than 45. And if the person falls through, I will let you know. So let me do a very inexpensive. Isn't that cool, Painted Pony? It's Whiting and Davis signed inside. It's watermelon glass. So where'd we go? It's watermelon glass. And Sarah Coventry did a line of this late 60s, 70s. Whiting and Davis only made jewelry from the 40s to the 60s. That was it. They are famous for their mesh purses. So the way that they did this is deep, deep, incredible watermelon glass. Sarah Coventry has nothing on what Whiting and Davis did. So it is some type of foil in the back process. And you see the crimping. It is 3 layers with this cutout flower. I mean, I'll put it on since you're asking. Here's the back. So you can see there's like a gold paint, but there's also a foil. There's a whole process. Watermelon glass, not very many people did it. I don't think it was very easy to do. And then I was struggling so hard yesterday to read this. In here, so hard to show. In here, it says Whiting and Davis and some other information. There is none. Yeah. Look at that. There is none of these online. They're just, and when I looked this up 8 months ago, there was none. This is so rare. So, like I said in the beginning, if no one winds up buying it, I'm probably going to take it to a jeweler and go ahead and have it extended here and here right at the front so that I can leave the original Whiting and Davis. And I mean, because this is so rare that I could probably ask $125 for it. And I love it. Oh my God. I love it. So there you go. I don't think it's sterling, no. And the problem is, I don't think it's sterling. If you Painted Pony, if you look up Whiting and Davis Rivoli, let me type it in how I remember it spelled. Rivilo. It's either that or RIV or that spelling. If you look up Whiting and Davis with this or just watermelon glass, you will see it's just so well done. I mean, think of Whiting and Davis mesh purses. The quality is outstanding. But no, it's not sterling or vermeiled. It's just freaking fabulous. Is how I see it. Okay. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. So let's see. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do a starting bid of, I know this is a little expensive, y'all. I do. But it's worth it. And speaking of, is it sterling, this is 925. Brother. It's right there. I bought this from a very reputable seller, and it was tested. It is 925. It is a peacock. The brooch end sticks out quite a bit considering there's a tiny bend there. It is vermeiled 925. I always say that wrong, I know. It is from the 50s. It is from Italy. It is a peacock. I always do that. It is a peacock. It is enameled as well. I need where's my other little thingies? Here it is. Hold on. My brooch holder. My roach clip. I need my roach clip. It is enameled here and on his eye. Sometimes I have to hold it like that for you to really see the colors. And then look at the fine filigree work. And this, unfortunately, is that lipstick of mine? No. I think, but look, I'm having a hard time knowing if that's real turquoise or plastic. It taps kind of like more like a stone. Yeah, it feels like a stone to me. It does not feel like plastic. It feels like turquoise. But with that said, I cannot be positive that it is turquoise. I do not have a $400 Presidium. So it very well may be plastic. But this little guy is fabulous. I'm trying to get it. There you go. There you go. Boom, it cooperated. Yeah, it's a good one from Italy. And it is yay big. You're welcome. It's a nice one. If you like brooches like I do and you want like that higher quality, I wear, I mean, right now I have on two that are sterling silver pig and an old, very old Texaco with green jade. But I wear, all kinds of costume jewelry as well. I put brooches on everything. So if you measure from his nose to his tail, it's 2 inches long. If you measure from top to bottom, so to speak, it's 1 1/4. 1 1/4. Starting bid of 40. And if you change your mind and you decide you're interested, let me know. Let me know. Okay. This little guy, I take all this stuff out of bags to show, and then I have to stop and put everything back into a bag because I don't store it not in bags because I don't want stuff to get hurt. So, and I don't do recaps, and I would consider offers on some things I can't budge on. So if you're really interested in something, you can ask privately in an email if that makes you feel more comfortable. Okay. How about this? Yeah, Fridays is a slower day for me, but I try to bring my higher end, better, higher quality, more collectible, more desirable. And like I say, prices change. I don't write it down. I don't keep a huge spreadsheet. I know what I paid for items for the most part. So I know, and I know what they're worth. I do my research, but after that, I within a few dollars go up or down. So today, this is starting bid at 36. There is the floral clasp. It's 1950s based on this construction and based on what it is. Late 50s, early 60s. It is not marked anywhere 925. I'm undoing it and double checking, even though I've shown this a couple times. I always like to refresh my memory and make sure that I'm telling you all the truth. And now, there you go. It is butterfly wings in hearts with palm trees, a lake, and the setting sun. They're hand painted, so each heart is a little bit different. And here is where there's too much ring light and it's blowing it out. Look at that. It is that blue butterfly that they always used. And I feel like the hearts have a overlay of sterling silver. I'll show you why in a minute. Look at that. I'm trying to get it to focus. There you go. It did not want to focus. So that's hand painted over top of the butterfly wing. And each one, there's birds flying as well. Each one is slightly different. In the colors in the sun, it's glorious. So, and it has doesn't want to show it. There you go. Crimped edging around the hearts. And then it has, see, I go with 50s because of this particular way that it's cut out. I think it's more 50s. It has a tiny extender. And here's the back. See, okay, so see the cutout? That's how come I date this to the 50s. And now you see the back and how it's worn compared to the front. I think it had, or possibly still is, even though it's not marked, some sterling silver, at least overlay. These are really collectible, and I'm glad they don't make these anymore. But I don't know if they raised the butterflies specifically to kill them and make jewelry. I think it was more that they found these butterflies and then used the wings. I hope. I don't know, but maybe they did raise them and kill them, and that's why we don't see this anymore. And I want you to notice, you see in this one how there looks like there's all these lines. It's because it is the butterfly wings in each piece is ruffled, because butterfly and moth wings have that little like pollen ruffling. So each piece, it's just not showing up so well here, has ruffled lines to add to the artisticness of the piece. And size-wise, it just barely fits on my wrist. My wrist is a 7.25. So this is a size 7. This is a size 7. And it in this light, I'm so sorry, it's just not showing in all its full glory. But I think I've given you the idea. Okay. 1950s butterfly, late 1950s butterfly, size 7, hand painted, Stunning. I believe some silver overlay, maybe solid sterling silver, just the hearts, not the chain. Yeah, fabulousness. This is another piece. I'm going to put it aside to see if the place I'm hooking up with up here is interested. Because, y'all, I got to make some sales or I can't stay in business. And this is my only business. Buy it now for 14. Oh, that's a bug. There was the weirdest noise above my head, and I was like, what is that? It's actually weirder than that. But it can't be. It's a very weird noise, but above me is just a ceiling. Very weird. This is essentially my cost. I'm distracted by the noise. This is a 19. I'm going to go with early 60s, possibly late 50s, based on the clasp. Why is the word leaving my mind? It's not a peacock. It's I think it's parrot is the word I'm trying to come up with, and it's flocked. Do you see? You can see it here. It's flocked. The head is enameled. The rest of it is flocked. Never seen a flocked brooch before. It's really fun. It's really cool. There is the tiniest piece missing right there. But when you're not in the light of the computer, see, you have it on. It's so small, you don't notice it. It's just that when you got it this close up to a screen, it magnifies everything. But it's really, yeah. If I took a photo of this and sent it to you, you wouldn't see it at all. So you see how far the clasp goes through. It's 1950s. No idea who the maker is. And it's just really fun. Buy it now, 14. Yeah, and I think it's a parrot. But what do you guys think? Any ideas? Anyone want to talk to me? Hello. I like it when people talk to me. I've been on an hour. Bummer. I've been on an hour and I haven't made a sale. That's not good. I know Fridays are so busy. I'm probably going to not continue selling on Friday evenings. I like Thursdays. Thursdays are okay. That's working out all right. But I may be moving to like a Tuesday or a Monday evening time slot because Fridays, you got everyone in the world is on Fridays. And I don't blame them at all. But I'm a smaller channel and I got too much competition. Looks like a pheasant. Rose, hello. Hi, Fuzz. Pheasant. Boom. I knew I wasn't coming up with the right word. It takes a village, y'all. Thank you. It takes a village over here. Thank you. Kathy. Sorry, bird of paradise? Maybe. Thank you. Over here, struggling for words. Okay, this is just a thing. It's obviously an artisan thing, but I am not going to take the time to put it on a chain. Why will it not highlight? There you go. To put it on a chain or put it on a necklace or do any of that stuff. It's clearly been around for a while. It is not marked. Hi, Buzz. It is two snakes in bronze on what I think might be a piece of sterling, but I am not sure at all. It is hollow. It is still pretty heavy. It does have the jump ring soldered on, and then someone made their own little wire wrapped additional jump ring, which, I would put a better jump ring in there if I was going to use this. And it's, if you like snakes, if you like the unusual, this is it. It's very interesting. It's just not in my wheelhouse. I presume that there's someone out there who would love to get their hands on this and wear it. And like I say, this might be sterling. And it might just be some kind of pot metal. I have no way of knowing. But buy it now for $9. I think that's totally reasonable. It's been around for a while. This metal has a lot of little scratches. I think it's just fun. Pinky sleeve roast. Like a dragon lady. Rose, that, so I'll put this down. This is probably going to go into a mystery jar type of thing. I remember before I started doing my nails, but even still, my nails are not that long. And the reason I have them done is because after going through the big pause, my nails became paper thin. And I like nails. But I remember back in the 80s when I would take, 70s and 80s. I didn't drive still when my daughter was little, so I took the bus with her in a stroller, public transportation. And the bus driver, the ladies, they would have fingernails like this long and curled and wrapped under every single nail, like this long, wrapped, curled under. And I would think to myself, A, how are you driving anything? And B, how on earth do you wipe when you go to the bathroom? I'm not kidding. They were like 3 or 4 inches long. To me, I'm like, how do you, what? Okay, so I've got that out of my system, but I'm like, right, Rose? I'm like, yeah, no housework, no, like, what? I mean, how do you cut your vegetables when your nails are this long? What? I don't know. Okay, I don't really want to know. It's an image. There was one lady in particular. It sticks in my brain. Like, what is going on? Anyway, to each their own. Okay? To each their own. Okay, this starts at 24. Oh, man. I mean, she was a very nice lady, and I certainly was never rude to her. I mean, why would I be? I was just always like, hello. Yeah. So this is sterling silver, engraved. Beautiful bracelet. This is where the ring light blows out the pattern. It's essentially like a leaf design. It's not showing so well at all, is it? There you go. There. It is cut. It is not stamped. It is like engraved not machine stamped. It's definitely vintage. I'll put it on my arm and see if it shows it a little better. It's almost like too bright or something. It has this classic safety chain, and this one should, because it is 925. And then it opens right here. So let's do that. Let's pull it open. Bop, 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 bop. Which way does it go? This way or that way? Hold on. Bump, 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 bump. Buzz, what are you doing this weekend? Did you go? I know I see you in chats all the time. Did you go anywhere for Labor Day? Did you go over to Kathy's house and help her cut out craft paper? So it just opens like that. Your classic hinge, right? And this is a very solid piece of sterling silver that you have to open. It's really heavy duty. It's made so well. And where is the 925? Here you go. It is a 925. Oh, sterling silver. SS, I believe. Although it could also be a maker. Where is it? Maker's mark. Let's see if I can get that. 925. And then it has that classic S. And it should be another S or a T. And it almost looks like a SU. So, not sure, but it's beautiful. It's really, let's see, let's put it on my arm. And it's fairly light. It's hollow inside, so it's not thick. And I have no idea about grams and all of that stuff, you know. I don't do all of that. I don't know or understand all of that. Maybe one day I will. Boom. I'm wearing my glass cuff that was gifted to me by Muppets a while back as my dad was getting sicker. I love this cuff. How about all of you? It's so cool. It's like an octopus tentacle or something. And then this was in one of the boxes I opened today. This is a super thin, used to be green and has turned brown over the years. Bakelite spacer. And it matched perfectly, I thought, with my cuff. Kathy is such a busy lady, Fuzz. It's ridiculous. So then when it closes, it's super solid. I mean, that's what I was saying about this piece. It's not going anywhere. Okie dokie. Yeah, Rose, it's really unique. It's really cool. I miss Muppets. I haven't seen Muppets or Nightmare in my channel or anywhere else in a while. So this is another item. Unless someone claims it, I'm going to take a photo and send it to a place I would really like to hook up and do business with. We'll see. I mean, maybe they won't be interested. You know, maybe even though what I have is great, something just won't be right. You never know. But hey, one can try. You didn't do anything but eat barbecue? Ah, that sounds delicious, Fuzz. I want to eat some barbecue. Can you send me some barbecue? Do you have any left? Yeah, I haven't seen Nightmare around for like a while. I mean, I know Muppets was up with her, you know, up in Canada for 6 months and, you know, working, and they were hanging out and they're having a great time. But I haven't seen Nightmare in a chat for, I don't know, 3 months or something. It makes me sad. So this is a starting bid I really enjoy those two a lot. Kathy. Painting rocks. Is that the last video she put out? Is that the last video she put out where she's literally painting rocks? That's hilarious. Okay, these, I just want to point out on the back. Oh, hold on. These are, I believe these are 1920s. And I'll tell you the reason why. I'm going to show you that first. They're clip-on earrings. I would use them as shirt collars or something. But they're gorgeous. Right here. Oh, I want you to see this. There is a bunch of green patina starting to come out. You can kind of see a little bit there. So underneath this silver tone base metal is probably a brass, which is why, because it's starting to show through, I'm dating these. There you go. To the 1920s. These are glass Aurora Borealis wired in to the backs. They are small size, Aurora AB. Okay, AB. You don't know Muppets? Oh, Fuzz. I hope one day that you meet her. Muppets and Nightmare are fantastic. Look at these teeny tiny clip-on starting bid of 16. They are, you see the wire? So you often see this style where it's wired in to the back, even into the 1950s, but because the brass or copper, but I think it's probably brass, is coming through, and the little bit of crudeness in this metal, and the small size, I'm dating these to the 20s. They're so pretty shiny, magpie. The clips are really, really strong. Look at that. Oh, yeah. See, when I start moving, see all the color? Shine. Whoop, 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 whoop. Beautiful. Whoop, whoop. And Fuzz, you ate all the barbecue? You didn't even think about sending me any? I'll remember that, Fuzz. Buckle up, Buttercup. Look at, they're so nice. And like I said, the clips are so strong that if you wanted to use these just as, hold on, boom, a pin instead of an earring, I got you covered. Not going anywhere. You got your country shirts. You could put them on the end. Let's put one over here. As long as I'm playing, let's keep playing. Let's keep playing. Put it right on the end of your shirt collar. Look at that. One on each side. It's not going anywhere. The clips are super strong. How's that for a beautiful idea? Yep. Okay. Starting bid of 16. Fuzz. I'll forgive you, Fuzz. By the time the barbecue got here, unless it was on dry ice and sent overnight, it would be inedible. Can you imagine how expensive that would be? Girl, you would have to make the best barbecue in the world for me to pay for the delivery of that. Oh, my Lord. Overnight dry ice barbecue. Wow. So, yeah. 16. I love how high they are also. High as in height. Okay. Well, what is anyone that is here interested in? I'm going to show a few more things. I have so much here. Let's see. You can't really see, but this is stacked full. I've got a bunch more necklaces, and this, is a very small portion of my stock. Some new, some old. Yeah, exactly, Fuzz. So, is there anyone here who's interested in a particular genre, a particular item, whatever? Spit it out. Let me know. I've been on an hour and 20 minutes and I'm got so much going on. I need to make a living. I didn't sell anything yesterday. No, that's not true. George claimed the $9 Kitsch puppy picture plaque. Yeah, 2 hours. That's what I paid for it originally. So if anyone is interested in anything, and let me know, because I do need to make a living. Now, I really thought about not selling this piece because I could use the beautiful rhinestones in it to repair pieces. But what the heck? Oh, Fuzz, don't feel bad, honey. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. I could use this to do repairs as long as the clear glass rhinestones were exactly this size. But it's a pretty typical size. It is a barrette from the 70s. Maybe, with the puddling on the back, it actually could be the 60s or 50s. It's nice. I can't wear, my mom wore these her whole life. And I wore them in the 70s. The spring type, put your whole head in a hair in a bun and then have this up here. Yeah, I can't do that anymore. It hurts my head. And you can see it's worn in the back because it was worn so often. But and see the puddling on this? That's why I'm thinking this is older than the 70s, because this type of puddling and the clarity of these rhinestones leads me back to like the 60s or 50s. I don't think this was made in the 70s. It's just too nice. Ooh, look, there's even a screw up right there. Either that or someone pushed it, but that would have been really hard. I think that was in the soldering process. But it is, this is the only reason why it's $16, buy it now, is because of the wear. I mean, it's just silver tone. So, this is just the type of barrette that you go like that, becomes undone. This pushes down. This pushes down on the rest of your hair, and it snaps back in. And this is a big one. This is a big one. It's probably at least 3 inches, maybe 4. Maybe 4. Yeah, 4 inches. 4 inches long. And 3/4 of an inch wide. just the rhinestones alone, if you have items that need repair, it's worth that. It's really nice. So nobody's interested in this or claims it. I'm probably gonna see if I can unprong some of these and repair items, or if I should keep it and bring it back. I don't know. I hate tearing things apart. I prefer to find items that already have missing stones and tear those apart, not items like this that are this old and still intact. So I'm not going to tear it apart. That's a terrible idea. I'm not going to do that. So Faz, there's a reseller that I watch who has one of those AI bots, for fun in the chat. And one of the things, it picks up on funny jokes that people say. And one of the things it says is, my bank account is in the doghouse right now, but my jewelry collection sure is happy, or something like that. And it just cracks me up every time. So I relate. Okay, well, y'all, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I guess I'm going to show a couple more things and close because it seems like that's where we're at tonight and yesterday. I think it's because of the Labor Day weekend. It's a big 3-day weekend. It backs up everyone's checks. Even if you don't go anywhere, you kind of tend to celebrate, or you do go away. You have family or friends come, you go out to a restaurant, you order barbecue, Yeah, living its best life, Rose. There you go, Rose. You've got it. You know who I'm, Raven's Chest. Yep. So I think it's a weird in-between week because I have both yesterday and today been bringing some very top quality stuff for what I think are good prices. And I don't think I'm delusional. And no one's buying. And to not make even just 5 sales in a sale and people afterwards is very unusual for me. So I just think it's, because the Labor Day weekend backed everything up, and and I know I always talk about this, but it's true. The economy, it's a difficult thing right now. I just freezed 25 bags, and it's a cup to a cup and a half each of yellow organic peaches. 25 bags. I cut them up, put them in, and 20 bags of yellow squash to put away for the winter because I'm concerned about having produce. Yeah. So this is a starting bid of 15. These are really pretty. They are faux. Little tiny faux pearls. I love the back clip-on earrings. And hold on. Yeah. And then faux to look like orange carnelian. I think that's what I'm trying to say. And turquoise. And then the back, hold on. And I really like this kind of shield design, if you will. And the scroll work. And then there's the back. And I'm thinking these are, with the tiny, tiny faux pearls, I'm thinking these are 60s to 70s with the tiny, tiny faux pearls. Might be a little earlier. Sometimes these things are a little hard to date. And see how they, even though it's faux, they left the back open, so with the plastic or acrylic, the light could shine through and give it more depth. No maker. No maker. Thank you, Fuzz. It is. The times are really hard, and I know that. But, and here they are. Look how pretty that is. Matches my shirt. Boom. Boom and boom. Again, you could use them as collar clips. I really like them. They pop, but they're not too ostentatious. Yep. Starting bid of 15. Yeah, it's the times. It's also, Fuzz, that I just whoa. Sorry. It's also that I still am not over 500 subscribers. I mean, so for instance, the items that I bring, that both the vintage and the semi-precious, stones and whatnot, necklaces and bracelets. If I had a channel where I had 80 people watching me regularly, 200 people watching me, everything would sell, no problem. I just don't. And my channel, unfortunately, I'm sorry, but my channel isn't one where I sell things for, $3, $10 for giant lots. That's not me, and I don't live in a state with access to all of that, and it's just not what I'm bringing. So, and if I brought my prices down to that low, I would just be losing money, and then I would just go out of business. So I kind of have to stand my ground with my prices, even though that means I'm not making sales. So it's really rough because I need to make money, but I can't lower my prices. But if I did, they would sell, but then I wouldn't make money. But then like that. Yeah. It's a thing. It's just part of being in business. It's just part of being in business. Okay, listen. I have offered this so many times. This is one of those things I should have brought on my Thursdays. I have offered this many, many times. I hope so, Rose, but I don't know. We're really, it's, I have faith. So I am going to keep doing what I've been doing for 2 years. Prior to my father passing in the beginning of March, I sold $200 to $300 a week profit. And then I took time off, and then I come back, and it's like, woo. So this is a buy it now. This is a 90s Monet brooch. This is the cheapest I've ever bought it. I've never done just a buy it now. It's a beautiful brooch. I know any of you who've been with me and following me for a while have seen it because I've had it for a while. The glass rhinestones are beautiful. It's like a flower vine wrapped around in a circle. Green leaves, red centers, blue and yellow petals. It's raised. It's really nice, and it's pretty big. But it is a 90s Monet, which, 90s is 30 years old. 35. If it was 1990. I mean, my God. Wowzer. I just cannot believe. I think this is beautiful. It would look. Thank you, Fuzz and Rose. It would look so pretty on this shirt, right? Maybe this side is silver. with my little sterling silver pig from the 90s. This is, 50s or 60s Texaco silver Mexico green jade. Maybe I should put a gold 90s Monet pin on this side down here on my pocketses. Or I could put it on my cowboy hat to go to the rodeo. The rodeo is in 2 weeks. So it is, and I'm really excited about that. The county fair and rodeo is in 2 weeks. I'm really excited. It's 1 3/4 in diameter. Almost 2, but we're going to call it 1 3/4. And the rhinestones are done so well that they really look like real stones, like peridot, sapphire. Yep. Okay, anyone watching on the replay, think about it, y'all. Think about it. So, I'm going to show one last necklace, and then I don't know. I've been putting in numbers steadily, and I have you lovely friends hanging out and chatting with me, and I so appreciate you. You could be anywhere, and you are here. But I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay on. Let's take that away. I'm going to show this one more. There was a bunch of people in here. You too, Fuzz. Have a fabulous, fabulous weekend. Fuzz, I'll be seeing you tomorrow morning at Sabrina and Kat's sale. Okay, this is, I think, the last thing I'm going to show tonight. I'm hungry, and it's just one of those. It's one of those weeks, and that's okay. I'm so sorry. There was a bunch of people in here, and then they all left. I wish they wouldn't have left right at the time I'm showing this. Look at this beautiful, beautiful. I believe, sorry, I believe these are called wedding cake beads. They are hand blown and hand painted inside with a clear, so they're hand blown, different colors, then they're hand painted, then they have a clear put over them. They are from Italy. Let's show it like this. They have silver spacers in between. It is not sterling silver. Let me try to show you one at a time. This one. There's the black with the yellow flower. I love this blue. And it's even got a silver. Is that a bubble or? Oh, it just so happens to have a bubble perfectly, just so happens to be in the middle of that flower. Oh, no, maybe that's on purpose. This one does as well. Look at that. Light blue, periwinkle blue, light greens, dark greens. These, I believe this is wedding cake beads. They are vintage, and $38 is a really good price for this. Look at how they did that. I never noticed that till I got it on the computer, that they made the bubble right in the middle of the hand-painted flowers. Oh, my Lord. That is so, look at that. Man, that's cool. Wow. And it's heavy. These are some serious beads from Italy. Each one is kind of like a marble, if you will. Man, it's so pretty. Look at that. Oof. I love this. Okay. And it's on metal wire. Here is the barrel clasp. And it has these sterling spacers in big silver balls. But I have bought, so just so you know, I have bought a bag of wedding cake beads, about that many. I paid $20 for, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 beads. 8 or 10 beads. I paid $20 because these are pricey, because their quality is incredible. So if I undo the barrel, I'm betting this is about a 24-inch. Yep. 24 inches. This, I mean, showing this to you in this way. Oh, it matches my little pink bubble marble earrings from the 70s. Showing this to you like this shows you how long it is, but it's not the right colors nor the right light to get the full effect of these beads, but I showed them to you. Look at that. $38. I know if I was on Raven's Chess Channel or so many other people that this would have been started at about 45 or 50. Maybe not in this economy. Let's go with 45, but it probably would have been bid up quite a bit. So this one, it starts at 38. And I got to tell you, at 38, I might be breaking even. Yeah. So if it doesn't sell, I am going to put this one aside also. If no one claims it by the end of the weekend, I'm going to also see if the local business up here would like to purchase it. Okay. So there you go. I brought a really nice mishmash of items, and I do have a whole bunch of stuff over here in my box that I spent an hour before I came on, carefully picking out stuff that I thought people might be interested in, all different types of items, different styles, contemporary, vintage, different prices, some below the 20, some above the 20, nothing too crazy. And yeah, hour and 45 minutes and not one sale. So, does anyone that is here want to say, do you have any of this type of necklace? Do you have any melt glass clip-on earrings? Do you have any clear rhinestone brooches? Do you have any enameled beads? Do you have any 1960s gold loop, gold tone belts that people used to wear? Do you have any, whatever? If there's something like that you're interested in, or you watched my preview but missed my sale that was for yesterday, and there's something you're interested in, tell me, because I'm gonna close. What belt? Oh, Rose is interested in my belt, and I still have Buzz bought one, and then she struggled with the clasp a little bit. It was a rollover, and I told her to just bend it. It was like this. And I told her to just bend it gently with needle nose. And I think she wound up taking it. She said she wanted to take it to a jeweler and make it into a pendant, which is really cool. I need to ask her for a picture. But so I have these two little butterflies brooches. Okay, Rose, I'll show the belt for you. Oh, Rose, I didn't put it in my preview. So I'll show it to you now before I close. Do you have a tiny waist? Rose. Starting bid of 18. I didn't, that one I did not show in the preview on Thursday, nor did I bring it on Thursday. So I have it over here. Like I said, I was trying to clean up this giant mess of jewelry and kitsch and household. And before the sale today, I didn't get anywhere. But I did open up my cabinet and go through some bins, all of which are just, when my father died at the beginning of March and I had to move, I just threw everything into bins and I didn't separate them. Brooches, necklaces, costume, real, yada, yada, So it's a huge mess and I've got to clean it up. So this, Rose, this is so freaking cool. If nothing else, you can just look at it and it's fun as heck. And honestly, 18 is I think a really low, reasonable price. I wish this still fit me. I used to wear this type of stuff in the 70s because I was tiny. Good Lord. So here's the hook, right? And here is the gold loops. So this is a belt. So let me get going. Here's the loop. And I can measure it for you because, you need to know how long it is. And then at the end, it has a triangular piece. Let me get that. Let me get this right. Hold on. Let me put my fingers in there. It has this triangle piece. So you can loop the hook onto any round link you want. But then if it hangs down, you're always going to have this 3-part look dangling. Yeah, isn't it fabulous? And it's long, but it still won't fit me anymore. And it's definitely 70s. It's actually possibly with that crimping right there, 60s, like the Twiggy deal. And it's burnished tone, gold tone. So it's fun. You want to know how long it is, Rose? Yeah, I will try to measure it, but it's going to be a little bit rough because it's long. 7, 14, 21. Whoa, hold on. 28. Uh-oh. The hook got in there. 28. Let go, hook. 28. 35. It's about 36 to 38 inches long. So, but that doesn't leave any room to drop the dangle, right? Doesn't leave any room to drop the dangle. So if you have a 36-inch waist, you can wear it. And it would have, this would just barely drop, just this little part. If you had a size like I used to have, 34-inch waist, then you would probably have about this much that dropped after the after you hooked it together. And that's how, I mean, I was 26, 34, 26 until I had my kid. So on me, this would have had like a drop, you know? Sexy. That was a lot of fun. I mean, I was just a teenager, so, you know, I wasn't that sexy. But I was, you know, I mean, I still wore stuff like this into the late 70s, 80s when I was a young adult, and I was allowed to be something. Okay, so that is the fun item of the day, and I love it. I don't even know where I got this from, how much I paid for it. I really don't. I don't remember. I've had it around for quite a while, and then it's been in a bin for quite a while after that. So, yeah, I don't know, but I know that I freaking love it. You wear that stuff? Ugh, Rose. Well, it's Rose. Are you that little, Rose? My gosh. Talk about jelly. Although I'm a Rubenesque woman, and I'm good with that. I was good with being a brick house, and I'm also good with being Rubenesque. I love the inside of me, and the outside of me is not bad. So there's no body shaming here. No body shaming here. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for looking. Thank you for giving me a thumbs up. Thank you for choosing to be here on a Friday night. I appreciate it. I am, you know, carrying on, and I am working hard at continuing to build my channel. You know, I had it built and I had way less subscribers. I don't know what happened. It's the economy. It'll all come back. It's all good. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. And thank you, Rose. And I will see maybe some of you tomorrow morning and possibly Sunday morning, right? At our usual vintage watering holes. Okay. Take care, everyone. I appreciate you very much. Without you, I wouldn't have a channel at all. So I remember that, and I appreciate you. Good night.